Welcome back. I'd like to record just a real quick session here and see if I can figure out what is causing the problem with my icon. So I've been kind of putting it off for a little bit, a couple episodes, and now I'm at the point where I really need to do some other stuff, and so I wanted to see if I can knock this out. So I don't know if I never figure it out, you may not see this episode, but I thought I would give it a shot, record going through it and see what's going on. So let me tell you what the problem is. A little demonstration here. When I click my button, I get my little red icon. If I click it, it turns off, okay? The same thing was supposed to happen on the database. If I click this, I can tell it's on when I looked back at the trace files, but it should be turning red. And then I can inspect it here and see. So if I look, I have the SQL Trace off image here. That works. Okay, so if I click it, it should update. And now you see this SQL Trace. Where's the image here? Let's inspect it. It still says SQL Trace off. So maybe it's not an issue with the... Interesting. Okay. So maybe I do need to be troubleshooting in the code. I thought for sure that said SQL Trace on. So, in any regards, now I'm less confident that clearing the cache is going to work. But I'm going to try to clear the cache on here, and you can see how that goes. So if you're a developer, you've never messed with the server, I didn't know if this would be nice to see. First, I need to change over to my user where the PeopleSoft is running, okay? And then we need to shut down the services first. So I'm gonna go into PS admin. Actually, let's go into the web server here. So web server is number 3. Gonna take it a second. Need to administer the domain. I only have one domain here. And so let's shut down the server. Yes, I really do want to shut down, and that's going to take it just a second to shut down. So we'll let that go, maybe speed this up. Okay, the web server is down. So now I can clear web server cache, but I would also like to, so let me quit out of here. I'd like to clear the cache for the app server. So let's go into 1. Administer domain is number 1. I only have one app server on here. And I do have an option 8. So I don't want to put any log comments in. So I don't wish to archive the contents. And I'll say yes. So this should clear it in just a minute. Now, I could shut the domain down and then manually delete the files from the cache. But I'm gonna let PS admin do the job for me. All right, so that's done. So now let me quit out. I have stopped the web server, but I didn't actually clear the cache. So I have an environment variable here, CFG home. That is the PeopleSoft home, where everything's configured. The web serve directory is the directory for the PeopleSoft. Okay, and so this was my domain. I need to go into the applications, and then PeopleSoft is the applications here. And this is where I have my PSIGW is the integration gateway. The EM hub is the configuration hub. The portal war, this one is the PIA right here, the PIA portal. It's in the PS directory. There's my cache, CD cache. Okay, so there's all the JavaScripts, the JPEGs, all of that. I could, if I do long list LL, there should be one called SKP. There is all of them. So trace. should be SQL. So those are the two files that it's cached. So if I had a GUI, I could probably pull those up. Maybe I could download them to my computer. But at this point, I'm not going to worry about it. I do notice they both say SQL Trace off. So that's confusing me a little bit, but we'll give it a shot. So if I do, if I just delete everything in this directory, now my directory is empty. So let's go back into PS admin and let's boot it back up. Number 3 is the web server. Number 1 is administrator domain, PeopleSoft domain, boot this domain, number 1. And now it's starting. So we'll see what happens when we start it back up. All right, there we go. We should be started. So let's switch back over to our PIA here and let's check it out. I have a suspicion that it's going to kick me out and say you're not logged in. Yep, there we go. So let's navigate through this here. It's taking a little while to log back in just because it's got to rebuild the cache and all of that. All right, so I am back at my page here. So this is slow because it's got to recache everything. That works. This does not. So it was not cache. Hopefully that was helpful to see how you clear cache. Unfortunately, it did not fix my problem. So I'm gonna have to go back and do a little more troubleshooting and research. Pro tip: if you're going to do your recording session across multiple days, you might not want to shave. I got the same shirt on, but I forgot about the shaving this morning. So, oh well, it is what it is. This is kind of a rough challenge here trying to figure out this little bug, and nobody's helping me so far. So come join me as I try to figure it out myself, and let's dive in. I found out clearing the trace that wasn't the problem. So I'm gonna dive into my people code and see if I can figure out what in the world is going on here. So let's switch over to App Designer here and open up my app package. Hopefully most of my code is here in here. And let's dig in. I kind of like to shrink this little window here so I can see stuff really good. And then let's see here. It is the SQL Trace toggle. So if the SQL Trace is on, then I update my button images. And that is this right here. Okay, if it's on, okay, it's this one. This is the part that matters. So for some reason, it's not getting. So let's try this right here. If I do this, so we're setting the label image. This is the SQL button. Okay. So now if I come over here and let's switch over to my PIA window. I click this. It is true. Okay, but it is not getting updated. And if I look in here, the image is the SQL Trace off. So it doesn't make sense. Okay, so what if we do this? I'm curious what this will tell us. So if I drop that there, okay, and on image. Okay. So if I click this, SQL Trace is not on. But that was right. So what? So is there some sort of setting or something that's changing it? That's crazy. Okay. And it is getting updated. But it is still set to off. Just out of curiosity, that doesn't work. I need to find out what that value is. So if I flip over here and I come into the cache directory, which is applications, yes, I think it was. So this doesn't have the push button, but this does. It's not even in the directory because we haven't used it. Okay, so is there a chance that my image is wrong? So SQL on is the image. That's it right there. And it's not misspelled, is it? That could be the problem right there. I didn't get the push button on there. So if I refresh my page, it's true, it is on. Hey, that's the issue. Okay, now actually, would have helped if I would have shown you the full window. Sorry about that. Let's fix this though. So if I do this _PB and let's kill the when message. There we go. Okay, we don't need you anymore. And then let's rename these. So file, rename, image. Okay. And it should be _PB if we're just going to keep it consistent. Yes, close everything. Yes, do the rename. And then let's rename this one. But let's make sure we get it right. Okay. Okay. And we need to change. Okay, so it got them right here. So Alt FV, file save project. So my project should be updated for sure. Let's switch over to the PIA, and I'm just gonna refresh the whole page since I changed the. You know, we kind of, that was kind of a big change. What's my most active page? Okay, so let's go home. Kill that. Trace tool. There we go. All right, problem solved. It was all in the name. So hopefully that helped you guys with troubleshooting techniques. I'll say I did all that on purpose so you could see what to go through, so you could see how cache is cleared. That's the story. and we can stick with that. Really, I'm just kind of leaving all the bugs in there so you can see what it's like to be a PeopleSoft consultant developing things. I have one more class left this Thursday, so hopefully I can get this video published before Thursday. Check it out. Otherwise, I've kind of gotten booked, so hopefully you can come join me on more episodes and we can finish out this SQL tool. And I'd love to get it shared with you so that you can maybe install it in your installation and use it, maybe contribute to it. So we'll see how far we get, but thanks for joining me, and until next time,